Hi, my name is Michelle, the reader, also known as Natural Born Witch, on eBay and other sites. I'm a metaphysical practitioner, psychic intuitive, and tarot card reader. So today we're doing a really special reading. I'm calling in Michael Jackson, who died in, what was it, 2007, the age of 50. I want to do a reading on him for a while. He has come, forward. He has some things to say, Um, not a lot. A lot of times they come to peace and stuff like that, come into peace with things going on. But um, yeah, he did want to come forward. Um, so Michael, of course, Michael. I knew Michael since the Jackson Fives. I remember my brother bringing me their album when they first came out. Um, Back in the '70s, basically, and and I liked him. I've always liked him. Then when I was in, a teenager, and he hit the big with the Michael Jackson, moonwalk and all that. I was always a fan. I mean, but I was more of a Prince type fan. But I've always been a fan, and whenever I watched him in concert or on TV, you can see the magnetism he had. People fainting and crying. He definitely had a great entertainment ability and ability to connect with people, and he was a great entertainer. He's Michael Jackson. He was wonderful. So I liked him in that way, but I wasn't. What I'm trying to say, I wasn't like a fanatic type fan. I wasn't one of those people who used to faint or say, if I went to a concert, um, not even for Prince, and I like Prince. Can just more, I'm more of a Prince fan. But what I would say though is after Prince did die, and that's why I always wanted to do a reading on him, and that is because after Prince died in 2016, Michael did come to me in a dream, and he said, "The show must go on." And I remember thinking, "What? What does that mean?" I mean, I knew, when he passed away, he was prepping for. And there he is, my little shrine for today. There's Michael Jackson dolls, whoop whoop, and then I did a photo from his. This is it. And I had bought the DVDs even in a Blockbuster. I pulled it out for today. It's in a Blockbuster case, but I had picked it up to watch back then, when he passed away and everything that went on. And yeah, so but after Prince died, basically like 7 years later, um, he came to me in a dream, Michael, and he had said, "The show must go on." I remember thinking, well, that's weird. Is he talking? They still doing shows on the other side, or the longest time I didn't really understand it fully. But and also I also do pre-readings usually with the when I'm gonna connect with spirit and talk to people who passed on. And I gotta say, again, everything in here is alleged for entertainment purposes. And instead of the certain words you can't say on eBay, on YouTube, so I'll be saying like unalived or deceased, even, or so trying to skirt around certain words and things that you can't say on here. Um, but yeah. So over the time, and then when I did pull with him, but basically what he was trying to say, which back then I was puzzled for the longest time, what does that mean? Is he talking about? But it is specific. Like the show must go on, is what he said to me in the dream, and he actually did hand me something. And at the time is when I did also come to realize I was being, this kind of um and I don't want to call it Illuminati because people always get conspiracy kind of thing because it's big, but it's basically the industry people that follow people that harass people that make the perfect storm and trying to do things to make people unalive themselves and all that kind of stuff. This is when I was understanding from the reality show I was trying to do and different stuff that I was being, followed and different stuff more than ever. So I thought at the time when he told me the show must go on, and he kind of passed me something in the dream that it was relating to. he's kind of saying he kind of sees that I'm kind of going through the same thing, and it's the same thing with these Hollywood, this industry thing, and the Hollywood thing, and all these bad, corrupt people that do bad things to people. So, and it did mean that to a degree, but I think it also meant how they make these, even when you're a big celebrity like Michael Jackson and Prince, um, that they're in the, they're easily dispensable. Like the show must go on. Like if I owe you money, or they think you're dissing them or bad mouthing them, and I guess this is going on with Drake right now. This is March 2025. This is going on with Drake also right now. That basically, they don't care. They don't care how big you are or whatever. If you go against them, if you expose them, if you um, try to get more money out of them, or if they think you're not worth, like Michael Jackson at times, he's in, I think, a lot of debt basically, and he's probably, he ended up being deceased. They were able to recoup more of their money than when he was alive basically, and all that. So that kind of thing, that they don't care how big you are, the show must go on for them. They don't care. They'll do whatever it takes for their money. This corrupt, evil industry people, that basically who are the CEOs of these labels, of these music labels, and the big wigs. A lot of them, the ones that was married to Mariah Carey, the ones with around the Diddy one, the and Whitney Houston, all those ones. We know who they are, but so I'm not gonna say their name for legal reasons, but um so those people are the ones doing these kind of things to people and making the perfect storm. When I did talk to Michael, he does acknowledge this perfect storm, and how he feels very betrayed too. He talks a lot about being friends and friendships around him. So I don't know who was close to him. I feel these people weren't necessarily celebrity type people, or even that doctor, which he did consider him a friend too, who betrayed him. But that Conrad Murray guy, but also people around him. I think friends inside his tight circle, he also felt kind of betrayed him and helped produce this perfect storm to set him up. He totally takes accountability, and acknowledges that he put himself in the perfect storm, in the perfect position. A lot of these celebrities do by being drug addicted, or being or alcohol, or for him being dependent on this propofol to sleep, and other things he was taking, the lorazepam and different sedatives. Those are the things they love. Those are the things, the perfect storm, and this those heads of those industry things that get rid of you when they're tired of you. That's what they love with Prince too. They love when you got any kind of addiction or things that is perfect. The demons, we call them, those demons that they love to put into these people's lives, or that are part of these people's lives because they live such a stressful life and need to sleep, can't sleep, like Elvis too. Can't sleep, need to sleep, stressed, pushed to do more and more, and then they take all these drugs and that. They love that, and then they kind of got a control of them. They got a bond. It's like the devil card in the tarot. It's like a bond. They got you tied, and they know, you know, and they always win basically at this point. So yeah, he does acknowledge a perfect storm. He does acknowledge that people betrayed him. He does acknowledge it has to do with this industry stuff and the money he owed, and being worth probably more unalive than alive, and things he had said about them, like Prince, things he said negative about these big CEOs and heads of these labels and that. So just all of that. Um, but he acknowledges that, um, yeah, his part in it, basically. Okay, he did push for more of that propofol and more of the stuff that now he sees that he, like Prince, he wish he could have saw the bigger picture, could have pulled himself out of that cycle, because it was only going to end in one way with those type of medications, and giving the control of them, in his case, to the doctor, which he trusted. But I don't know if he totally feels like Doctor was in on it as in a plan with these higher up people in the label, more of a, like the driver for Aaliyah too, just a pawn. They kind of just put these unscrupulous, careless people in these celebrities' lives that would do things like what they want them to do, but knowing that it's probably going to end up fatally for them, you know. So that kind of thing, the perfect storm is what I call it, because that's basically what they do to get them. So okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna pull some yes and no questions, and then yeah, I'm gonna pull some yes and no questions, and then after I give you the pre-reading that I had with Michael. So first, okay, let's just get right into it here. Try to think what else I wanted to say from our pre-reading, but I think that's it. Okay. So the first three cards I got, I pulled from. I'm using that Big Eyes Dream Tarot. So we got the Page of Swords, and we got the Lovers and the Magician. Now the Lovers came up quite a bit too, and that was like friendship. Also, the Three of Cups came up a lot when I did the pre-cook pull. So he's talking here basically about well, being spied on, you know, and just again, what I said at the beginning, he feels like he's being betrayed, basically, betrayed by his friends, betrayed by his closest people closest around him. Um, the Magician is a card of trickery, so um, he does feel betrayed in that way with the first three cards that came out when I did the pre-reading for him. So these three cards. Okay, and then after that came out, oh yeah, this came out a lot too. The Three of Swords, and that's going to be in my thumbnail picture of him with him. Yeah, he feels, you know, the loss. He feels a lot of sorrow and um, a painful ending, basically. He was telling me too, like when he transitioned, because I was like, you know, 'cause you went from sleeping and, you know, gonna wake up in the morning for practice for your show to hello, here you are on the other side. But he said it was very peaceful. I mean, when he did, you know, come around and transitioned, he was in a very happy place, you know, very beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful, happy, you know, felt good place. So he didn't really have like a shock, kind of like a Leah type shock. I feel she was more of a shock, a little bit more of a shocking transition. But you know, she was sleeping too, but him, it seemed to be more of a peaceful, and just he woke up to kind of or came around to just a really um beautiful, happy, you know, place. So so we have here, I'm gonna have to use my here again. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, again, a card of this card is more about his dependency, the Queen of Cups is what he, when I pulled that one, he was telling me about the dependency, lots of regrets again, like Prince and them too, a lot of them, a lot of regrets about letting his life get out of control with all that medication and stuff like that. The Knight of Pentacles here. Um, what are you telling me about this card? Knight of Pentacles. But um, I think that one was just his obsession with Knight of Pentacles. He was saying just his obsession with, you know, having to sleep and the propofol and then the regret. These three cards are what he was saying with these three. And the Three of Swords, like I said, came up several times. There's a lot of pain and regret about what happened. And then the next three, I got three more after that. I pulled, he started talking about, so we got the Five of Cups, again about loss and regret. Hmm. But these three cards started to talk a little bit more about his transition because he got the Hermit card also and the Queen of Pentacles. So it was like his transition. He's starting to, even though there was regret, he was starting to feel a little better and just understand. He went into like a hermit mode, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles here too. Kind of taking care of himself more. And he does acknowledge a lot of the stuff happened because of money and just kind of understanding the truths and the reason why it happened because of money and that. But he did go into like a hermit mode and kind of coming out of the regret and understanding, you know, his part and everything and what went on. So that's what he said with those three cards. He's come to a lot of terms now with everything that's gone on, basically. And I guess that he takes a lot of responsibility for letting himself get into that position, basically. And then we got the Four of Pentacles, the last three pre cards I pulled for him. Um, Four of Pentacles, of course, is like, oh yeah, these last three is when he was talking about how he feels now with his estate and money and the kids and stuff like that. Because then you got the Justice, the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles here. Um, so yeah, these cards were just talking about him feeling better about um the state of his money, his estate, the and the justice. He's happy there's a justice was served financially, where his sales of his stuff went and he was able to get out of debt and all that kind of stuff and get his finances in good order, better order for his kids and stuff like that. And that's the same with Pentacles, now they got a little inheritance and some kind of, you know, saving money, like a stable money base after his passing, what we talked about there. So those were those cards for the pre-read. So now we're gonna do some yes no questions, and I'm gonna pull some cards for a message, any message he would have for his like family or anyone else, even fans. We'll do pull for that too. So okay, so let's get into the read. Okay, so a little sip of my tea. Okay, so yes no questions. First question I wrote down here. Do you miss your life? This being Michael Jackson here on this round. Do you miss your life? Do you miss being Michael Jackson here in this round? Okay, this popped out. No. Got a no card here. This is a card of big changes. Okay, so this is a card of like big changes. Just a card is a card of haste, a card of rushing into stuff. The Knight of Swords. So anyhow, he said no. Basically, I'm doing these talking tarot. So also things pop out with these talking tarot, like okay, not only have yes and no, and maybe they also have the signs on them, like horoscope signs, which is good. And also it has words that usually pop out if they try to give a message. It helps give words that they want to that might stand out. That it's like okay, this is what he's saying. Okay, and this kept popping out too, and this popped out again. I didn't ask a question, but Six of Pentacles in reverse. Talking about debt and money problems, greed. Okay, greed. Yeah. So, of course, he feels that his passing was related to, greed, of course. Of course, as we know. Okay, so I wrote here, were you shocked or scared when you crossed over? You had said it was a beautiful place, but you might still have been a little. Shocked anyone would be. You start off sleeping and end up not where you thought you'd be, right? So were you shocked or scared when you crossed over, Michael? Oh, there's something. We have a yes. Got a yes card here, and it is the Three of Pentacles, so Three of Pentacles. I feel with that card, you might be saying people the part of a someone's disregarded for their talents and their expertise. So it's basically again he's saying greed, disrespected or discarded for their talents around his passing. Okay, my next question I wrote, do you feel your doctor Conrad Murray was in line with the perfect storm, or basically was he a pawn? If he wasn't, that means you feel he knew what he was doing. Do you feel he wasn't aware of his role in this perfect storm for Dr. Conrad Murray, baby the propofol? You feel he was aware of what he was doing in his role in your demise? There's one. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. Punch dropped up. What's the top one? He says yes this time. I feel like maybe he feels he will. Again, unpaid bills, greed. Wow. Okay, that keeps coming out. The Six of Pentacles. He keeps saying that because of bad debt, unpaid bills, greed, that Conrad got involved in allegedly, right? We gotta say allegedly. Everything's alleged because, for legal reasons. Um, sorry, this thing's popping up on my computer. Okay. Okay. So, that's not okay. Um, pardon me. Do you feel your record label like and was it AEG, whatever it was, wanted your wanted you deceased? Do you feel the guy who was working with you on this is it, basically? Mm, let's see the lover's cards. Try again. It's a yes, no. Do you feel the guy that AEG is it? Guy, um, did he want your did he rather you unalive for the debt? You feel the higher ups, let's use that, people above you, record label and all that. Let's go with this one. Again, maybe. The Fool. um for judgment risk. See one more time. Keep shopping around. Do you feel higher up? Oh, okay, let's okay, yes this time. We got here. The Knight of Cups. Hmm. Yeah. He keeps popping out these love cards. Did you know that guy who was running that This Is It? Well, 'cause it seems like a deeper relationship, like a friend, like a long, damn loss of words, I tell you. Some days, like a long-term friend, that kind of betrayed him, basically. Um, okay, so he says yes, he feels he was basically betrayed, I feel, by all that. Okay, Chris, can go. Okay, have you, and your father, 'cause Joe Jackson passed away, and Tito since you passed, but have you and your father, Joe Jackson, made amends on the other side, or things better understanding on why everything Are you and your father in better terms on the other side? We'll go with that. You and your father. Oh, let's see. We got a yes, and we got the Knight of Cups. Okay. Um, Knight of Cups is a cup of love, a person cup of love, a person who's friendly, basically. I feel they extend the cup, love towards each other, but I still don't feel that they're necessarily that close. We don't know the real karmic relationships, and people have different karmic bonds and situations on the other side. So, but they're friendly. How about you and Tito? Are you and Tito pretty close on the other side? Your brother Tito, who passed recently. Oh, there we go. We got yes. We got Justice card. Oh, reverse. That's not a great card, but it's about karmic retribution, injustice, dishonesty, lack of accountability. Like that. Do you want to elaborate on that? Can you tell me anything more? Give me a few more cards about you and Tito. Maybe that you are the bigger star. That's a karmic thing. You can see that. Like you're just for a reason made to be the big star. Okay, so we got the Four of Wands. Yeah, you just happy family and homecoming, basically. Community. Yeah, so everything's good. Okay. I think maybe he's just talking about plight, their lives here on Earth. He was the big star, not Tito, and it wasn't necessarily because he wasn't talented, but that type of thing. So what else I got here? Um, do you feel maybe gotten more? Oh, do you feel Conrad Murray, your doctor, should have gotten more prison time? Do you feel justice was served? Yes or no? You feel he should have got more prison time? I'm confusing the question for them, for him. Do you feel? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, he feels Conrad Murray should have got more jail time. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a queen. So wands. Okay. Do you wish others would get their justice for your passing? Do you feel others need to get prison time? Oh, yes. And yeah. Ace of Wands. He feels his talent was wasted. That card. Oh, what else popped up here? Eight of Wands. Mm, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he feels others should be punished or have prison time for his death. His talent was wasted. He does miss his life over here, being Michael, I feel. Um, do you feel your death is the same as like is a perfect storm scenario? Like I spoke about, like with Prince and Whitney and other big celebrities and little too, other celebrities like you who they seem to have made this perfect storm of drugs and different dependencies and putting the reckless people around you then, and then boom, you're dead. Yes. And this is the Knight of Cups. Again, this Knight of Cups keep coming up about romantic proposals like offers. So I feel like, yeah, he just feels like they offer you. Basically, I feel like the world is offer you a lot, give you a lot of good proposals. There's a card of proposals too. The Knight of Cups give you a lot of proposals and offers you can't refuse, and things, other things too. maybe who knows who introduced them to taking propofol to sleep and all the other stuff they take, and get them hooked on this stuff. And then, then they're in a funny position and looking for certain doctors that are reckless or certain people in their life that'll do what they need them to do. And perfect storm. We love the perfect storm. Um, so yes, he feels he is part of this whole knocking off this celebrity's perfect storm, using their um, demons and problems that they have to destroy their lives so that, basically they don't get, it's not obvious, there's some, what is it, culpability, some, and they do take a lot of responsibility a lot of times. They feel so silly and upset that they didn't control their life better, and then ended that way. So, okay. So, um, do you feel that then these higher ups, like the CEOs and the record label heads, will ever see justice? Will they ever be punished for this perfect storm? Will it ever get revealed and, the true what's going on? And will they ever get punishment for their part in these crimes over these decades? You feel some or all these CEOs will get some punishment and prison time for their part. Oh, there's something. Yes. I mean, these cards are half yes, half no, or at least a quarter, quarter, and maybe some maybes in that. Yet yeses keep coming up. So he put yes, he feels they will eventually come to justice. These label heads and these CEOs and different people that these celebrities in these perfect storm and, unalive them by all these weird drownings and car accidents and all sorts of weird stuff. Um, Yeah, this is a card of the Page of Cups, broken dreams. Also about someone who doesn't plan for the future. So I think they think at this point they've gotten away with it this far. They've gotten away with it this far that, they keep doing it. As I'm going to ask a question, I think next, about that Angie. Yeah, Angie Stone, who just passed away. I mean, it's not like they're stopping or slowing down. God knows what's going to happen to Drake. Apparently, he's Lover's card again. He's talking out against them now, so gosh knows. And they like when they're kind of caught off their guard. They think, okay, look, I got my like Prince. Oh, I got my rights to my music back, and everything's fine, quiet. I'm just doing my thing. They're doing it, but they never forget. They're still working on getting back that money and owning things back. These people are terrible, greedy, terrible, and they're very vindictive, I guess is the word. They don't care. They've gotten away with it. They got money, and they'll hunt people down that talk against them. And and they don't care if you're a big celebrity, a small celebrity, or none at all. They'll come at you. You need to be stopped. Yeah, and this lover's card again is a card of like commitment, temptations. Yeah, keeps coming out too. Okay, so. And then the last question I have here, the recent death of Angie Stone. Oh, I didn't even fully ask it, but we got a yes. Oh, yes. I was gonna say the recent death of Angie Stone. I had pre-asked it, so maybe the recent death of Angie Stone. Do you think she again was like perfect storm? Something went on there with that also in her car. I mean, when she was talking out against CEOs and the record labels, and they owe her tons of royalties apparently. So yeah, he feels yes, she is again the perfect storm, the lover's card again. Oh my gosh, he feels is yeah. I think a lack of accountability. This is probably like the lovers in reverse. Um, conflict, disconnect, lack of accountability. Okay. So now let's pull some cards for We're done the yes, no. You got a message for, let's start with your fans and everyone that loves you around the world, Michael. Give me, maybe we'll do about 3 cards. Got a message for the fans. Miss you terribly, and wish that it didn't end this way. That you had so much more time here. You'd be what, almost 65 this year? You're still here? Got a message for your fans, Michael? A message for your fans? A message for your fans? Oh, this is. It's a 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Any message for your fans, Michael? What's this sign? We have 3 of Wands. Hmm. Oh, in reverse. Let's do it upright, maybe. What's it? Hmm. Sure, what the 3 of Wands. I mean, it's kind of like moving ahead, moving on, looking ahead. Let's try another one. Planning. Chart of hard work. Well, maybe messages just um 7 of Swords. That's okay. That's kind of an agenda. Risk taking, unconventional approach. So maybe I feel maybe saying like be careful there. Um, there's a lot going on, as in this world anyhow. Part of yeah, it's a card of a thief, basically a 7 of Swords. Um, and the 3 of Wands, the card of foresight and planning ahead. Any other message for fans? Any like love you want to send? I'm sure you do, but any other these are very practical messages there. Anything else? Almost like it's saying watch your back, people. Feeling those 2 cards. Okay, what do we got here? What popped out? What's on the bottom here? Got the what's this card? Star in reverse. Well, I mean, it's all negative. I don't know, maybe saying the world, because right now this is a star in reverse is a card of like hopelessness and despair and negative feelings, negative thinking, feeling negative. So I think because the world is so hell in a handbasket at this point, everything going on, he feels, and he's always was very empathetic with the world and people's feelings. I feel like he's just giving warnings to be careful and to look ahead and to try to plan ahead, and maybe the foresight, the 3 of Wands, like to um, realize that there's better things coming, but right now to be careful with lies and deceit, enemies, because a lot of people right now are hopeless and despair and feeling sad and negative with the way the world's going and everything going on. So that's his message is to the world right now and all his fans. Any messages specifically for your family, your kids, your mom's still alive, right? Your mom, your sisters, your brothers, and your extended family, like nephews, nieces. Any messages for your family, Rachel? What's this one? 4 of Swords, a card of people feeling stressed or overwhelmed, but also needing relaxation and introspection. And it's part of a battle, but like needing rest or getting rest um, before fighting anymore. Uh, Introspection. Just trying to pop up, see if I can grab it. The haste card again. Knight of Swords, big changes and opportunities. Um, Basically, is a card of rushing into something. Knight of Swords, being assertive and strong. Okay, we'll take that one. What else we got? Maybe for his kids and that too. Being honest. Knight of Swords, card of honesty, being honest. Oh, oh, you got here the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's part of someone who's kind of fickle or vanity, card of vanity. It's also a card of someone who sacrifices himself for other people. Any other message you have for family, kids, extended family, brothers, sisters, that type of thing? It's Queen of Pentacles again. And, it's a card of instability, fear, neglects of responsibilities. Hmm. I feel that card might be talking about his. Maybe he has a message for his daughter. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, here's one that flew out. Oh, the Three of Pentacles again in reverse. It's a card of frustration, discord, egos, conflict, people being uncooperative with each other. I don't know if there's a battling or fighting within the family. These cards were not quite what I thought, but maybe there's money issues. Doesn't seem like a lot of, well, there's not a lot of sadness. I know a lot of happiness in the world in general because of everything going on and this new presidency and whatnot, but and things happening to people and bad things, different countries, but feel within his family there might be still a lot of discord and issues. Anything else you want to say to the anything specific to your kids? Let's focus more on your kids. Anything to your three kids? Okay. There we got the Page of Pentacles in the upright for the kids. The card of good news, yeah, on money matters. So, um, let's card of opportunities, good news with money. So I think, money wise for the kids, everything's good. And a card of taking those opportunities, like a new job, new opportunities coming to you, seize them basically. This popped out, Knight of Cups again. Card of creative expression and offers coming to them, following their heart. Um, this it's a card. This Knight of Cups, an intelligent, likable person, a young person. So I feel that's what he's saying about his kids. They're intelligent. They're young. They've got everything ahead of them. Oh, this popped up. We brought up the kids. Oh, things are popping out now. Five of Swords, in reverse. Card of peaceful resolution, compromise, ending the conflict, forgiveness, remorse. Okay, so maybe there is discord within the family. When I did the general family reading, seems to be a lot of conflict. But he's saying here, when I asked specifically about kids, is he's telling them to have a peaceful resolution, to forgive. Um, yeah, ending the conflict. So maybe the kids are mad at family or something's going on, but he's saying to end it, to stop, or hopefully not among themselves. I don't know. Kids, once the conflict ended, and a peaceful resolution, he's saying. Anything else you have for the kids? That has stuff out in the phone to take or pop out. Anything else for the kids, Michael? Or any final words or message? Two. Okay, hangman in reverse kind of was, or in the upright. Yeah, upright. Some lack of direction or watching or waiting, and then the temperance in reverse. Self-indulgence, excesses. Little discord again. Okay. All right. So obviously something going on in the Jackson clan. Maybe among the kids. He basically wants it resolved and stop. So let's give a final card, final message here. Michael, anything else you want to say before we end this? To the world, like any messages? Just pop up. Okay, there we go. We got the magician in the upright. Part of okay, so manifesting your own power, your own reality, your own situation, directing your will. So the magician upright. It's a good place to end. He's basically saying to create your own reality, to make your own situation. That's a lot what I do now. Like, because the world is hell in a handbasket basically right now. You got to do your own thing. You got to create your own situation, your own life, how you want your life to be, and kind of ignore all the chaos every minute there's a news break, there's a new problem, a new thing we're taking over, a new this, a new that. You just gotta let the everything go, and also the so above as below type thing, so just create your world. It's all there for you, like above so below. So hope we enjoyed the reading on Michael. I hope it helped the family if they're watching, and the messages for them and fans too in the world. I think he recognizes that right now the world's in a terrible place, and he feels for it. I feel deeply that he feels for everything going on, because he's always empathetic on with the feelings of people and the world, not just America. And he knows it's terrible right now, but just to hold on and just work on your own little group. And he wants the conflict in the family. I don't know if it's just between the kids or the kids with the extended family, but he wants that ended and a peaceful resolution too. So, and as for his passing, he does acknowledge it is a perfect storm. It is all this stuff that has been talked about with Angie Stone and with Prince and with Whitney, and the list goes on. But and he feels that they will get what's coming to them, which is prison eventually. If people like feds ever wake the heck up and realize what's going on and get a deep dive, because not something on the surface like, oh yeah, they shot somebody, or they no, this is a deeper, real intricate way that they do what they do to people. And it's going to take a lot more than just the surface type investigation on these kind of crime, what's been going on for decades now with these big celebrities. But he does feel his passing has been the same reason as the other ones, debt and talking out against the big wigs and the labels, and that's why he's not here right now. And he takes responsibility for what his part in it, by wanting to take all that medication and drugs, and to sleep, to wake up, to relax. He wish he didn't. He wish he was back here. He regrets it all, but in some ways he doesn't. I mean, he's he's happy. Everything's fine. But he does miss me, Michael Jackson, of course, and he wish he had longer over here. But anyhow, with that, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope you'll, don't forget to buy my creams. I have psychic creams and that, and what else I got? Um, Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Just go to my eBay store. A lot of stuff. I hope you've been enjoying my AI videos I've been doing on different scenarios and stuff. Different and tarot readings. I've been doing the monthly tarot readings. The next set will be coming out shortly for March for everybody. Have a good day.